Now, you know I look good for 70. Come on now, yeah. Yeah. And I don't dye my hair because I have an allergic reaction. However, I must share a secret. I feel like family. Could I share a beauty secret? Yeah. I use mascara to cover my gray.
Awesome. That's the best thing ever.
Whatever.
I love it.
My brother's got to do what he's got to do, yeah? But I got to tell you on this, I was in the Georgia Dome, and I had to speak to 80,000 people in the Georgia Dome. So at the end of my presentation, a lady came backstage and said, Mr. Brown, our speaker canceled, and we wanted to know if you could come over and speak for us. I know you might be tired, but we're really in a tight situation. I said, no, I am tired. She said, we can pay you a full fee of $30,000. I said, the Lord is able. You know, people say money won't make you happy, but everybody want to find out for themselves. A friend of mine at Rita Davenport said money ain't important, but it's right up there with oxygen. And let me tell you something, fellas, even if you're as homeless as I am, you got some money, women will find something cute on you. Oh, honey, my boyfriend got eyelashes like Tom Cruise, honey, you know? He's got to walk like Denzel, you know? I used to be so broke, I walked past a bank and tripped the alarm. Creditors call the house of our children and answer the phone and say, my daddy say he ain't home. And sometimes they would catch me when I would answer the phone and I said, hello? May I speak to Les Brown, please? Sorry, but he's not here. You sound like Les Brown. Don't you go there, big boy. So at any rate, they took me to the Georgia World Congress Center, which is a more intimate setting and people closer to the stage, just like you are. So I came in, I said, excuse me. I said, let me go to the restroom, please. So freshen up. And so I went to the restroom, you know, get myself together. I'd been perspired, you know, trying to get everything all tight, right, before I go out there. And so you got to have strong self-esteem to share this kind of stuff, all right? So at any rate, I came up on the stage, so she wanted everybody to know that she knew me. So she said, there he is, Les Brown. So she kissed me on the cheek. I kissed her on the cheek, left this big black smudge on her face. I didn't know what to say, so I just sat down. So the people down front started saying, there's something on your face. So she looks at me, she said, what are they saying? I said, I don't know. So finally, this lady came and opened up her purse and gave her a mirror. Now, no one asked her to do that. So she looks at the mirror, sees the big black smudge on her face, and she said, how did this get here? I said, I don't know. You think maybe this rubs off? Now, I train speakers, and I tell speakers, you never make a point without a story. You never tell a story without a point. So the reason I share that, I now use waterproof Mademoiselle, all right? So I kiss your cheek, don't worry about it. It's all right, it's safe, baby. So I want you to think about your dreams. I feel very fortunate. I feel that God He has given me grace to still be here. And I take what I do very seriously. And I want you to think about something that's major to you, something that you want to achieve, something that you want to do with your life, at this stage of your life. My first major goal was to take care of my mother. I'm adopted. And one woman gave me life, but another woman gave me love. God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And she adopted me and my twin brother Wesley and 7 other children. And I remember Mama worked on Miami Beach for wealthy families. And I remember looking at these big, beautiful homes. I said, Mama, what is it, Leslie? When I become a man, I'm gonna buy you a big, beautiful home, just like this. How many of you have somebody special you'd like to do something for? Raise your hands, please. I want you to think about that right now. And I'm gonna share with you how you can make that happen. And so she said, you don't have to do that. I said, I know, Mama, but I want to. My mother's very important to me. I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, all that I am and all that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother. And I want you to think about your financial freedom goal. What is it that once you achieve that and have a clear number in your mind, once you achieve that, it will alleviate a lot of stress in your life. Once you achieve that, you have more time for yourself. Once you achieve that, you'll be able to contribute to things that you feel strongly about, but it will take your life to another level. I want you to envision that number, and whatever that number is, and I'm going to do this based upon my own experience, I want you to multiply that 100 times. And I didn't stutter, nor did I smile when I said it. Because I mean that most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss. Most people fail in life because they did what I did for a very long time, aim too low and hit. So I want you to think about that number. And then I want you to think about your social contribution. I'm clear. I've traveled the last few years with Michelle and Cerny and Dr. Julie Van Putten. We traveled to over 21 different countries. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, without any hesitation, we live in the greatest country in the world that gives us an opportunity to live our dreams. We live in come on, you should be applauding that. We have a chance to change our lives, to create a different new reality for ourselves. This life that I'm now living, I just thought it was beyond my reach. I used to go see Dr. Norman Vincent Peale and Zig Ziglar and Tony Robbins, and I just could not see myself doing this. My mind would say, I can do this. My heart would say, I can do this. And my heart would beat fast as I saw the various speakers. And then my mind would say, how? You don't even know who your parents are. If they stood up right now and said hello to you, you wouldn't know them. How? You were labeled educable mentally retarded. And I remember one of the first people that really impacted me. I had the honor to eulogize him a few months ago, and I want you to write this down. Get someone in your life that can see what you can't see. Someone in your life that will hold you accountable. Someone in your life that will stretch you, that will inspire you. Someone in your life that will bring the best out of you. That's what Dr. Julie Van Putten does for me. She brings the best out of me. She challenges me on a regular basis. You need somebody like that in your life. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough out of Atlanta said, if you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group. You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. Listen to me. Hear me clearly. Relationships are very important. You leave here, take the time to write down the names of the people that you interact with, and then ask yourself the question, what is this relationship doing to me? What kind of person am I becoming? Am I better? Am I more encouraged and inspired and have a greater sense of optimism? People can affect you unconsciously. There's a new term in psychiatry called relational illness. Some people can make you sick. Well, Les, can I change them? No, it's a full-time job changing yourself.
Amen.
How many of you know that?
Yep.
Yeah, so you want write this down, upgrade your relationships. If you're serious about changing your life, you want to upgrade your relationship. Cerny and Michelle, they're younger than I am, so I'm learning things from them that I don't know. They know things about technology, Cerny does, that has helped me, that has taken my income to another level, where it took me years ago to generate, it took me 3 years ago to make my first $1 million, but because of the expertise and knowledge of Cerny and Michelle, it will take me less than that amount of time, because that's before Facebook when I did that, and Instagram and Twitter and all of the tools that you have available to you now. So it's very important that you upgrade your relationships and write this down. Become a talent hunter. You want to start looking for talent. People who have strengths and abilities and resources that you don't have and contacts that you don't have. That makes a difference. Because of Richard and Veronica Tan, I was traveling all over the world because of those relationships. So it's very important, and it's key, and why I'm drilling deep on relationships. Here's the other thing. Let us say together, it's possible.
It's possible.
Say it again, everybody.
It's possible.
You have to feed yourself positive words every day. Every day you've got to talk to yourself. Every day I talk to myself. My goal is to get in a minimum of 5,000 steps a day, because movement and being a vegan and positive relationships and having a goal bigger than myself, it enhances my health and it strengthens my immune system. So when I walk, I give thanks to God that my immune system is powerful. It produces powerful white blood cells that kill quickly and permanently every renegade cancer cell that's in my body. I give thanks I'm healed. I give thanks I'm healed. Every day, I have to deal with that. Programming myself, write this down. Program yourself for success. Let everybody else spend their time looking at television and getting caught up in the Donald Trump drama. You create a life that use your time wisely. Wisely. The reason that most people are not successful is because of the fact their minds are filled with too much head trash. Here's how you screen, and this is what I do before I take a phone call, or if I'm going to spend some time with someone. I filter it through these 3 questions. Number 1, write this down. Is it positive? Is it something that I can grow from? Number 2, is it productive? This phone call, got a call from one of my brothers, Leonard. It has never been productive. It's never been positive. It's never been productive. It's a marketing strategy to borrow. How many of you ever had those kind of calls? So is it positive? Is it productive? Next thing is it profitable? And the reason I'm talking to you about this, life is serious. I've lost some very close friends that I thought we would grow old together. And one was just 38. So here's how, and as I was crystallizing my thoughts, because Dr. Miles Monroe, who's killed in a plane crash, he was one of my very close friends. I wrote the foreword for his book, Personal Potential. And here's what I realized. Number 1, we're here for a reason. You were chosen 1 out of 400 million sperm. God had something in mind when he said, I want that one. I want that one. I want you. He had something in mind that you showed up with, that if you don't do it, no one else will do it. That was given to you. This speech, what I'm sharing with you, this was given to me. And if I die, then this speech was for Les Brown to do, will not be delivered. You have a work to do. So we're here for a reason. Number 2, we're here for a season. My friend died at 38. Her time was up. We don't know how much time we have left. So you're here for a season. So we don't know when we're going to check out. So you want to put as much productivity in the time that you're here. You want to work and look at and be deliberate about the things that you're doing. I told my son yesterday, we were traveling together, I said, I'm moved to give all of my products to prisons, state prisons that will accept them. I said, because we've lost a lot of people. America, we incarcerate more people in the United States than any place else in the world. So I'm going to call some wardens, and I will not only give them products for inmates to listen to, and I'm going to purchase books for their library, but part of my mission also, if they would give me access to talk to them once a month. I have a nephew who just got out of prison in Atlanta. And so my goal is to reduce the recidivism rate. We got a lot of young men and women in jail who shouldn't even be there, and also who made some stupid decisions. You know, I believe the world consists of the caught and the uncaught. I've made some dumb decisions, and I just did not get caught when I was younger. Now, if you've ever made a dumb decision, just blink your eyes. I see you, all right? What will your contribution be? What is it that you can contribute to that will make a difference in the world? Something that you believe in. My mother was a 22-year breast cancer conqueror. So I contribute to causes of that nature. I'm a prostate cancer conqueror. So I participate in things of that nature. Now, as you think about your goals and dreams, again, let us say together, it's possible.
It's possible.
And that's key. You're going to have to sell yourself on it every day. The reason I have these daily motivations, I can tell you that when you have a positive thought, that something's going to come in your mind to counteract that, to come up with a negative. There's those two voices in you, and that other voice is given to you by the world. That's why I was on the sideline for 14 years. But you can offset it by listening deliberately to positive things and reading positive things. Make it a point to read at least 30 to 40 positive words a day. Find some book that you believe in, that resonates with you, that speaks to you in a way that you can feel it. Do that on a regular basis. Set aside a time of doing that. I can't afford not to do it, given what I'm dealing with, the challenge that life has placed in front of me. And when you do that, coupled with hearing something and seeing something that's positive, it will make a difference in your life. Some of you have already done. How many have ever heard my voice before? Raise your hands, please. How many of you have seen me on YouTube? Raise your hands, please. And did it make a difference for you?
Yes.
Yes, so this is real. Now, here's the other piece. As you think about your goals and dreams, not only must we tell ourselves constantly that it's possible, let us say together, it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Say it again, say it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Say, when I told my mother, Mama, what is it, Leslie? I'm going to buy you a home. I was 10 years old. And so when you have a goal and dream, you've got to mean it. Write this down. Live life like you mean it. Yes. So when my brothers and sisters called me, I had just got reelected to the Ohio legislature in Columbus, Ohio. And it was my third term. I was chairman of the Human Resource Committee. When I ran my first term, passed 14 bills, my first term. So Margaret Ann said, Leslie, are you sitting down? I said, no, what's going on? Sit down, I need to tell you something. Tell me now, Margaret Ann. Tell me why I'm standing. Mama has breast cancer, and we're putting her in a nursing home because she can't take care of herself. I said, no. I said, no. She said, we knew you would say that. Wesley, get on the phone. I said, listen to me. No. See, I had a problem. How could one woman, third grade education, take care of 7 kids who couldn't take care of themselves, but 7 grown people couldn't take care of one woman? No. Mama figured it out. Leslie, it's expensive. We found the best nursing home in all of Dade County. I don't care. And I resigned because I said to my mother, I'm going to take care of you when you get old. She used to work at a nursing home, and she never wanted to go to a nursing home. And I resigned. Within 2 days, I left my car, my furniture, and everything. When I rung the doorbell, a friend of hers named Miss Mildred was there and said, Mamie, Leslie's here. And I heard my mother say in the background, I knew he would come. I knew he would come. How many of you have somebody in your life that you want them to know you'll be there for them? Raise your hands, please. All right? And so I resigned, and my brothers and sisters, they weren't being mean, but I was in a meeting the other day, and a guy said, all of us are one surgery from bankruptcy. 95% of the people who filed bankruptcy last year did so because of medical expenses. So write this down. Make it important to create wealth. To create wealth. And that's when I really began to get serious and start to focus. They didn't have the money to do it. But I had to figure it out because I said I was going to do this. I had to honor myself. And so there are things that I can tell you that you're capable of doing. Even if you're bankrupt right now, it doesn't matter. 8 out of 10 millionaires have been bankrupt. Walt Disney filed bankruptcy 7 times. And so and I'm on track to creating another million. And the reason is that I have goals and things that I want to do for my grandchildren. I'm a grandfather and I'm a great-grandfather. Yes. And I want this to affect your thinking. President John F. Kennedy called his cabinet together. And the goal was to spend as much time as necessary to figure out what is it we need to do to beat the Russians to the moon. And they were prepared to be there for weeks or for months. Now I want you to listen to this because I wanted to govern your thoughts when you think about your goals and dreams, because when you have goals and dreams, there are hurdles that are going to get into place. I don't have enough money. I don't have the resources. I don't have the education. I don't have the contacts. I had all of those excuses and more. Life don't care anything about excuses. It wants results. That's what it wants. And so he asked his cabinet to come up with some ideas of what we can do. And he looked at Werner von Braun, who was one of the most brilliant German scientists of that day. And he said, Werner, what will it take for us to go to the moon? He said, 5 words. And I want you to write it down. 5 words. Put it someplace that you can see it. 5 words. He said, the will to do it. That's what it's going to take. The will to do it. They didn't have technology. They didn't have computers. They didn't have a budget. They didn't have the know-how. No one had ever done it. We used to say as a kid, you got as much chance of doing that as a man going to the moon. It was considered, the collective thinking on the planet was, it's impossible. And there are people who will tell you when you have goals and dreams, it's impossible. I told myself that. I'm doing things now that's amazing me because I'm doing what it is that you do. I invested in myself. How many of you know people who should be here? Raise your hands, please. Warren Buffett, who's a billionaire, and they asked Warren Buffett, what's the most important investment a person can make? Because the man has billions of dollars in real estate, billions of dollars in the stock market. He said the most important investment you can make is in yourself. And so the reason that you're here watching me now, that you and I are cut from the same cloth. We are branches of the same tree. I only attract millionaires and millionaires in training. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, break it up, break it up, break it up. And I mean that with all my heart. I believe there are 3 types of people in the world. There are winners, there are losers, and there are winners who have not discovered how to win. And that's what some of you are here looking for, a key, looking for something that will give you some indication that you can make this happen. That's what I used to do when I listened to Earl Nightingale, who said all of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. When I listen to Zig Ziglar, if you give enough people what they want, they will give you what you want. When I listen to Dr. Dennis Wakely, people form habits and habits create futures. When I listen to Jim Rohn, when the end comes for you, let it find you conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. When I read Winston Churchill, the truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but at the end, there it is. When I read Dr. Howard Thurman, who was a mentor for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he said there's something in each and every one of you that waits and listens to the voice of the genuine in yourself. It will be perhaps the only guide and voice you will ever hear. And if you cannot hear it, all of your life, your days will be spent on the ends of strings that somebody else pulls. And I suggest that you're still here and you showed up because you've decided no one's going to pull my strings. I'm telling you, I'm of the conclusion that you're here because you've said to yourself in your heart of hearts, I'm going to pull my own strings. I'm going to control my own destiny. I'm destined to be financially independent. I've gone through some stuff, but I'm still on